did find out in 1980. Yeah, that's not far back. Yeah, because I used to live on, where is it? Willard. I say that's right. Willard. And, Sanchez Market was around the corner. Yes, thank you. And they just understand. Yes. Oh, the inside was beautiful. Oh, yeah. I oh, yeah, you know what? I used to send my kids yes. I'll be right. Give me 1 second.
We are.
Right. Right. Oh, yeah. No water. You guys don't take care of us anymore. We need water. In it. No, we used to get the little chip water with the ice cubes and stuff. And you put it in to clean up that. Oh, well, we almost leaving until September. We come back in September, we want water.
No, you know, the committee's on the council.
No, for August. But September, we'll be back doing the same business. We're gonna be working all the way to December, January. No, I am not doing no committee meetings. I'm going on vacation. I want them to have a break. None whatsoever.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you know.
You sure?
Right now, so we're not gonna have all meetings. No meetings. She said like committee meetings. I'm not gonna have if it's not by August, if it's not done by August, forget it. I'm gonna hold it tomorrow morning and August out.
I apologize.
You sold the boat. I know. Do this too.
You will not see me again until September. September the 1st. One of these years. Crazy one. Oh my God, he's gonna give me a heart attack. Somebody
You gotta
call
remember, there was 11 of us living in our household, so we got caught to make noise.
I am what?
We had 7
Yeah. Madam Chair, can you please call the roll for this ordinance meeting on July 13th at roughly 6:20?
Chairman Narducci,
Here.
Vice Chairman Castillo,
Good.
Councilwoman Harris,
Present.
Councilor Miller, Councilman Espinal, absent. There's 4 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, can I have a motion to take item number 4 out of order, please? Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by
Second.
Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Clerk, can you please read item number 4 into the record?
Petition from John J. Garrahy Esquire, John J. Garrahy Law LLC, 2088 Broad Street, Cranston, Rhode Island, 02905, dated April 12, 2022, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 115, lots 3 and 13, 348 and 383 Killingly Street, from R1 to R3.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Just as a reminder to the council, you can discuss this amongst only yourselves, or you can ask questions of me or Mr. Azar. That's it for the discussion. Everything else had taken place already.
Thank you.
So at this point in time, I would ask that this committee approve item number 4 and send to the full council for a full vote.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I have just something I'd like to raise in discussion and listen to the process for a second. But my only concern with this is the concerns that were raised by the neighbors around trash and tenancy, right? So I think from like a zoning perspective, the proposal makes sense. I worry about granting what is, an acceptance or, something special for the city for a tenant or a property owner who's not necessarily being a great neighbor.
If I may, the trash that we're speaking about is on the embankment. That embankment is state property. The petitioner and John is speaking later. The petition, well, from what I know, the petitioner has already cleaned up that embankment. He's actually even went up to the top to all the pulled down all the mattresses and stuff. He agrees to keep the property clean moving forward, but he wants us all to understand, including the neighbors, that it's technically state property. And the trash, unfortunately, the trash is coming.
Mr. Chair, are you speaking of Killingly or Patriot Storage, which is number 7?
I'm sorry, number 4.
Good.
Killingly?
Yeah.
That's the one that has state property?
No,
No.
number 7, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I jumped on myself.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I also would like to agree with my colleague, as we heard, most of the time, if we could be a mediator between good neighbors some type, knowing that these things are usually passed out of our committees and okayed by us. So there was a suggestion that Mr. Garrity have a conversation with the owner and try to get some kind of commitment in assurance that the neighbors do not have to worry about the behavior of past, present things. I'm going through the same thing in my neighborhood, so it's very frustrating when you have landlords that don't live in the neighborhoods and they don't really pay attention when those complaints are brought. And you yourself, all of us, have experienced that when we have neighbors that have bad landlords as bad neighbors. So I would put a clause in it. I understand that we do not want to hold up, definitely housing. We have a very serious concern about housing and how houses are produced, but we also want good neighbors. We all do. So that's what I would like to offer on the table.
Solicitor, correct me if I'm wrong, we can't put a clause in forcing the landlords to keep the property clean, is that correct?
I don't think you can. And I don't think it's necessary because it's already in the law.
Right.
They're required to do that. And if they're not doing it, then they need to call their representatives or they need to file a complaint on 311 or follow the appropriate procedures. So, sometimes what we do, right, call their council person, exactly. Sometimes the zoning board will put a condition that, say, the supermarket owner, for example, has a designee and, nominates, name someone that neighbors can call if there's trash issue, but you can't do that in a zoning ordinance. The zoning ordinance already says that people have to keep their properties clean.
May I correct myself, because maybe I wasn't clear. The clause that I was talking about is having the relationship that's already going on between Mr. Gary, am I saying right? And the owner, as a conversation coming out of this committee, that we would like to, in good favor, in good whatever, of council people who's gonna get these calls after you said that clause, say that it comes back to us, right? And I understand now why we get so many calls. I didn't even understand that the law had predicted like that. I didn't mean the clause that would be written in here or anything, because I don't want to change or have us go back and forth. I would like for Mr. Gary to be a good neighbor, a good person and stuff, and say, look, I would go back and tell the people what the concerns of the council was.
Councilman Harris, if I may, excuse me,
Thank you, sir.
if I may, knowing Mr. Gary, either way, I know Mr. Gary, I don't think he's gonna let us down. I think he'll let us claim no our concerns on this particular piece of property.
And we cannot speak to Mr. Gary.
No, but I would second what Mr. Martucci has said, he has often done that, at the zoning board. But no, you cannot change the language at all.
No language change am I asking
I
for.
think Mr. Garrity here is,
No, I think. and
Yeah.
I
No
agree.
language change am I asking for. I'm asking for a verbal conversation between the two.
And I
Yeah.
can't even.
And look at him over the corner. Oh,
We gotta
Mr. Chair. He's up.
Council Miller.
And I would also just add, thank you,
Go ahead.
Councilwoman, that folks who live in the neighborhood take full advantage of reporting. And I know we all say this all the time to our constituents, but
That's right.
like, it's not, it's, you gotta report it, because that's how things get violations put on properties, and that's how change happens. So 311 or the city council office. If that conversation previously talked about is not as effective as you'd like.
With that being said, then I would still like to approve item number 4 and send to the full council for full vote. Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Can I please have a motion to take item number 7 out of order? Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I already spoke my piece on this piece of property, so. Madam Clerk, can you please read item number 7 into the record?
Petition from John J. Garrihy Esquire, John J. Garrihy Law LLC, 2088 Broad Street, Cranston, Rhode Island,
Excuse me, what's
02905.
that? Is it me that's having music playing? Or is it just me?
no, I can't hear.
Thank you.
I thought it was ice cream.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
On behalf of Patriot Storage LLC, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 105, lots 419, 420, 421, and 422 from R2 to M1.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to approve item number 7 by this committee and send to the council for full vote. Can I get a motion? Motion made by Councilman Castillo,
Second.
by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go to item number 1, please. Madam Clerk, could you please read item number 1 into the record?
Petition from Bethany Martone and Danielle Nevada requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 97, Lot 960, 828 Charles Street from R2 to C3.
Can I get-
Chair, we have a letter from the CPC to enter into the record as Exhibit 1A, please. We have to do everything again because this technically is not before this committee. But it is,
Motion to accept that item as exhibit 1A, please.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Harris, seconded by
Second.
Councilwoman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. With that being said, I think I have item number 1 approved by this committee. Move out to the full council for a vote. Motion approved
So moved.
by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 2 into the record?
Petition from Dylan Conley Esquire on behalf of Brian Weinstein in Bass Realty Company LLC, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 66, Lot 106, 159 River Ave, from R3 to C1, with restrictions as follows: residential uses only, limited to two-family, 3-family, or multifamily dwellings.
It's not.
Chair, we have the CPC letter to enter as Exhibit 2A.
Can I have a motion to enter as exhibit 2A? Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And
We have the letters of testimony to enter as Exhibit 2B.
We have a motion to accept as exhibit 2B by Councilman Castillo, seconded by
Second.
Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. With that being said, I would like to make a motion to approve item number 2
Mr. Chair.
and send out of this committee and to the full council for full vote.
So moved.
Councilor Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is another situation, I was really moved from the testimony we heard earlier. A neighbor talking about pretty persistent trash on the lot. I understand the property owners cleaned it up since. I understand that the legal counsel's here. I would love a strong message to that property owner that the property getting, the properties in our neighborhoods are just, it's a blight. It's a problem for everyone. So, thank you.
And, I think that message was clearly already sent.
This is a different.
Yeah.
You know,
That's where we're at.
that's where we're at.
So with that being heard, can I have a motion to approve item number 2? Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by
Second.
Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Council for full vote. Madam Clerk, would you please be kind enough to read item number 3 into the record?
Petition from Jose Sanchez requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 45, Lot 758, 48 Marlborough Avenue, from R3 to C1.
CPC letter.
Can I have a motion to accept as item number 3A, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, I would like to make a motion to approve item number 3
So
and
moved.
move on this
Second.
committee to a full vote for the city council.
So
Motion
moved.
made by Councilman Harris, seconded by
Second. Both of them.
Councilman Miller and Councilman Castillo. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any opposed? Ayes have it. Madam Clerk, would you be kind enough to read item number 5 into the record, please?
Petition from Nicholas J. Heeman Esquire, Darrow Everett LLP, 1 Turk's Head Place, Suite 1200, Providence, Rhode Island, 02903, requesting to change the zoning ordinance of the city of Providence by changing the text of section 1907 E2E, emergency demolition.
Thanks, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chair,
I
we
know
have
this is
the,
the tricky one.
this is going to be a substitution with the amendment that was made in the public hearing from EG to IE. So it's a full-on substitution with an amendment.
So we don't have to accept it as an exhibit.
No, you're gonna actually sub it out.
Okay, motion to sub out item number A
With amendment.
with the amendment for item number 5.
So with the amendment from EG to IE.
Right.
So moved.
Motion made by Council
Second.
Miller, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yep. Fine. We do have the CPC letter, which is going to be 5B. We'll just follow along with the public hearing.
I got a motion to accept the exhibit 5B. Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. So with that being said, probably, right? With that being said, can I have a motion to approve item number 5 and pass to the full council for approval?
Mr. Chairman,
Council Miller.
thank you. So I was really troubled by what I heard tonight. I really appreciate the work done by our council and Mr. Azar to like really limit the impact of this. But I gotta say, there were pieces a lot of pieces that I found really troubling. So from just the thing on its face value, right, that there's a reason that we don't want more surface lots in downtown. This is a really beautiful piece of land across from Beneficent, y'all can picture it. But then, even more troubling, the idea that a property structure was found to be unsafe. And, so there were choices there, right? You can make it safe through building it, you can demolish it, you can leave it abandoned, that like, and put some kind of don't trespass sign, but that would be very dangerous for the neighborhood. I think we would all agree, right? And it seemed like the representative was suggesting that that should have been the proper answer, given that the land use wasn't, given all of this, right, the surface lot piece. Then the other piece that I'm concerned about, and I'm concerned about the citywide, and, we're over here on the legislative side, we don't get to run around doing violations, although sometimes I wish we could.
Yeah.
And here's why. The piece around the parking lot landscaping is so important as we, like every year, the city gets hotter and hotter. That impacts our health, that impacts our well-being, and it's concerning to me that this piece of land, that not the parking lot in question, but the one adjacent to it, that I think y'all can picture, is out of compliance with the law, has been consistently, and that only, in a settlement would they consider becoming in compliance. So I guess I'm saying this is concerning to me. I would like to, I can't make a motion right this second, but I'd like to make a motion to reject it, and I wouldn't support it. That's where I'm at.
Any other questions? So at this point in time, then I'm gonna make a motion to approve and send out to the full council for a vote. Motion made.
So moved.
By Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor? Opposed?
So noted.
So note that Councilman Miller. Please.
Yeah.
You're over there having these concerns, right? Even,
I would respond if I.
No, you
no, I'm just responding at you or towards you. Madam Clerk, would you be kind enough to read item number 6 into the record?
Petition from Nicholas J. Heman Esquire, Darrow Everett LLP, 1 Turk's Head Place, Suites 1200, Providence, Rhode Island, 02903, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 6, Lot 264, 635 Polk Street, from R2 to RP.
Can I have a motion to consider the edited item before us as exhibit 6A?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And again, with that being said, I'm going to make a motion that we approve item number 6 and send it to the full council for a vote.
First.
Motion made by Councilman Harris, seconded by Councilman Miller.
Sure, second.
All in favor? Opposed? At this time, I'd like to have a motion to continue indefinitely item number 8.
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Miller, seconded by Councilman Castillo and Councilman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Mr. Chairman, can I just clarify that with item number 8, a new petition is subsequently going to come in. Per the advice of the law department, when the new one comes in, should it come in, it'll be linked to this one. So all this information that's associated with this will not be lost. It just won't be part of the new record, but it'll be connected.
We'll start from square one.
We have that in our.
We are
memory.
starting
I went
from
through
square
this
one.
many times. I mean,
So-
we got it in a report.
With that being said, let me say thank you to everybody for attending tonight. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion made by
Second.
Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Harris and Councilman Miller. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, City Solicitor. Thank you.
And the solicitor, and the planning
Bye,
department.
everybody.